I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's analysis of the news. I have a couple of articles here, one from the WorldNet Daily's Jerusalem Bureau that says Palestinian leader and Islamist chief discuss Temple Mount takeover. This was written by Aaron Klein, and he says, meeting with an Islamist leader here, the Palestinian Authority's chief negotiator this past weekend discussed ways to solidify Islamic control over the Temple Mount and block Jews from purchasing real estate in areas surrounding the holy site. He went on to say, Chief Palestinian negotiator Ahmed Kuriai said there can be no agreement with Israel unless it forfeits Jerusalem. Can you imagine? The Palestinians are confident that they're going to have a Palestinian state and that they're going to be able to take over Jerusalem, and Israel will have to give it up. I don't see that. I do see Jerusalem being divided. You may recall the story of Solomon, who wanted to divide the baby between these two mothers. One had lost her child during the night and tried to claim that this other mother had her baby. The mother who said, please don't divide the baby, she was the real mother. The other woman was willing to take half if she couldn't have it all. So, Jerusalem is going to be divided. We have in Ezekiel chapter 43 the story of a wall being built to make a separation between the sanctuary, that's the Jewish sanctuary, and the profane place, which I consider to be the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Mosque of Omar. And so, right now we see that they are not willing to negotiate with Israel unless Israel is willing to give up Jerusalem. In fact, he says, postponing an agreement on the issue will only provide the Jewish state more time to Judaize the city. The Palestinian Authority will not negotiate and will not sign on any agreement with Israel that does not include Jerusalem. Then we have this other article on Israel's response to the Hezbollah buildup of weaponry in Lebanon. An Israeli general, Gadi Eisenkot, who commands forces along Israel's northern border, issued this threat. He said that Israel will use disproportionate force if Hezbollah guerrillas attack Israel. And he went on to say that any village used to fire missiles against the Jewish state will be destroyed. He said, this is not a recommendation, but a plan approved by the highest levels. If fire is carried out from Shiite villages in Lebanon, this is the operational plan, very aggressive fire. He also threatened Syria, because Israel believes that Syria is funding the Hezbollah. He said, what happened in Beirut in 2006 will happen in every village from which Israel is fired upon. We will apply disproportionate force upon it and cause great damage and destruction there. From our standpoint, these are not civilian villages, they are military bases. And he warned Syria against launching missiles into Israel. He said, quote, everything I said about Hezbollah regarding this punishment and severe harm is all the more true for a country that has assets. And he indicated that Syria would be punished if the Hezbollah were to strike Israel. And he said, quote, dozens of rockets are concealed in homes in Shiite villages throughout southern Lebanon. He said Hezbollah has sent fighters to Iran for training, and Iranian military trainers have been spotted in Lebanon. So you can see that things are still building. We don't know when the war is going to break out, but I'm confident that a war is on the horizon and soon to come. I've also received a few emails. Actually several emails. I only have 3 here, but I thought I might just sort of share them with you. Dear Brother J.R., you might not have been let down Wednesday night, but I sure was. Your Friday update gives me new hope that we have not missed the rapture this year after all. Well, No man knows the day nor the hour. I can only repeat that. May you and all of us be completely healed. Amen, brother. In the twinkling of an eye. Don from Paducah, Kentucky. Thanks, Don. I appreciate those kind words. And here comes a message then from Mark in Dallas. Dear Dr. Church, my name is Mark. I'm a nurse at the Heart Hospital in Baylor in Plano, Texas. I have the honor and blessing to work with 7 different people who all follow the rapture closely. Your program is very important to us, and we await anxiously to see your daily updates. We were hoping to hear a trumpet earlier this week, but of course we didn't. That just goes to show that we don't yet know the mind of God and how He's calculating the exact day and hour of Christ's return. To me, it would make sense to be on the Day of Atonement, but then again, who knows the mind of God? Please keep as much information in your daily update as possible. We could sit for hours and keep learning from you. And then a note here from Jay in California. He says, Dear J.R. and Gary and the rest of your staff, first I pray for you. I pray you, J.R., getting better and able to gain some of that weight back you lost. To all of you at Prophecy in the News, I'd like to thank you for the fine work and programs you're creating. Both my wife and I have learned so much from your hard work in creating them. Anyway, I just wanted to take time to thank you for your work, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for those kind words. Keep praying for the ministry here at Prophecy in the News. I'm doing very well. I've gained back over 20 pounds. I weighed yesterday 181 pounds. That's a long ways from 161 that I was immediately after my bout with those 4 chemotherapies. So I've gained about 20 pounds back, and I hope I don't gain back any more. I'd like to stop about right there. That's a feel-good area. Remember, the Lord is coming. We don't know when He's coming, but He could be coming soon. And I want to keep you updated with our analysis of the news. There's a lot more news than this, of course, going on, but these I feel are the most pertinent as we look at the Middle East and Israel and see what's happening as the tension builds in the Middle East. Until tomorrow, this is J.R. Church. We'll see you then.